Hi all, my name is Cassie Gregory and I am a visual empath, and I'm going to aim to do a 31 days of my life being an empath. First, let me explain what being an empath means to me. It's just a different sort of feeling to many people that not everyone associates with. A lot of it just feels separate because we do live in a different sort of place than many people, and many people think we're too sensitive, um, too tired, not having enough understanding about life, like in a physical sense. But we do understand life. We just understand a different part of life and understand life in a different sort of way. Me, if I spoke about a lot of things to those people who are meant to be normal, they probably think I'm quite insane. But I'm okay with that because I've tried to be normal and I've tried to be like the others. And it just doesn't work for me because, especially when I tune off my gift, it seems to affect me more and comes in stronger and stronger, and to the point where I'm seeing different dimensions and different realms and different places. And this is my kitty Ani. Say hi, Ani. And feeling things much stronger. So I'm going to help you. Well, I'm going to show you how I balance it using my techniques anyway. So we'll even just talk about my life and what it's like to be a visual empath in my own family and my own lifestyle, going to work, doing my art, and all that. I think the first thing is to detach yourself from just being an empath and just understand why you are what you are. And it's not a bad thing. And when people grasp their gift and accept who they are, because mastering being an empath is all about accepting yourself and trusting yourself. And it does require a lot of trust in yourself to move forward and be comfortable with this gift. So just think of, I wrote this down, sorry, because I just wanted to make sure it's specific, just so you can separate and understand why you are who you are. Just think of different things like dimensions. We have lots of dimension in this world, and every dimension has a different energetic charge. Let's talk about the three simple ones. It's our thoughts, our physical thoughts, mind, physical body, and our feelings, which is emotional dimension. Empaths are sort of drawn to the emotional dimension, and it's different energetic charge to the physical and the mental place. Yes, we do jump to all of these, but we're strong in the emotional one. And usually empaths are born from trauma or a great emotional experience, and that sort of enlightens us. And it may seem like crap when you first discover this about yourself, but it's great. Trust me, like, your connections with people will be so much better. So if we look at people just living in these three dimensions, there's lots more, but we'll just talk about these three. Most people, because of the way we live, are sick in the physical and the mental, but we're stronger in the emotional dimension. So we can jump to all of this, and everyone jumps through these to get to somewhere. But we're more sensitive, we can feel emotions because we're living in that dimension predominantly. Most people are living in the physical dimension and the thought dimension. We can help ground by doing physical activity and mental activity and that. And an element of being an empath is learning how to balance these things. So exercise is great for us, even if we go for a walk every morning. But just think of it, we have a strength in the emotional dimension. That's our strength. And you'll see people have strengths in all these three dimensions. But then you've got the spiritual dimension where a lot of us empaths seems to grow to, and then other dimensions with that as well. I'm sort of floating in between the emotional ones and the other one. It's really hard for me to come back to the physical. Just think of the physical as a first, the thought as a second, emotions. Mine's mostly emotional, spiritual, and further down. But I'm just going to keep this really simple. But I need to make sure I exercise, and I need to write things down because I'm pushing myself down here. But there's other exercises you can do through sound, yoga, meditations to bring you up here. So I've got a cough, having a shift now. Sorry about that, guys. So that's the easiest way to understand. We're on the emotional dimension. That's our strength. We're talking energetic here. Like, obviously, we can feel our body. We can sense there's space around us. But we're talking about how you feel energetically and what you attract energetically. And if you believe you are your emotions, which is not true, it's just you're sensitive to emotions, but you are not your emotions. But if you believe you're your emotions, a lot of things can hold you down and push you in. And because we feel emotions so strongly, sometimes we believe that's all we are. But we are beyond that. We also can be in those dimensions as well. Just remember, this is our strength. This is not our weakness, this is our strength. Well, as I said, I'm borderline this one and this one because I call myself a visual empath, but I'm sort of stuck sometimes, especially when I don't ground or if I push myself so far away from that well, I get stuck. And that's where I need to master balance myself. Just things get, when I deny it and I don't nurture that part of myself, things get really chaotic. Like, I can go to bed and the whole room is spinning, and I'm actually, sometimes I've gone to bed and I'm just sleeping with the room all quiet. This is how strong this is for me. But still, I can use this gift. And sometimes I try to dismiss it of saying, maybe I just got highly reactive imagination. But I've had too many experiences to just put it down to that now. And I've heard so many other experiences by people who don't understand this and feel trapped in it because it's scary. Like, especially when you talk to other people, it's like, you're just crazy. Just, I can't grasp what's going on with you. And I grew up with that. But I guess that's why I've got my art, my meditation, and my stories, because it's a way to get that reality out in a way that people understand. Because you can look at a piece of art and nobody needs to tell you you've been there. People just understand it and get it, and they go there too. So I'll get to my experiences yesterday. New Year's have just been really crook and well, just been hazy, and I understand my emotions because usually it tells me a story. And it's just been hazy for the next couple of days, and I've just been kind of spinning and that. But I don't care. I'm one of those people, because I get stories coming to me. I'm grateful that my body is able to protect me from the cold. And I think of my body as a tower, and it's a special tower, like a kingdom. And I'm thankful that this kingdom is protected by these amazing sort of entities that are looking after me, even if that's just my white blood cells, because they remind me to rest while they're fighting the war of these attackers. So I kind of got this little story of a castle being raided. The queen rests, which is me, like, with stress and that, but you must drop everything else to heal or slow things down to heal, because a flu or cold is something that your body needs to concentrate on when you're unwell. So you just imagine they're fighting these foreign invaders and they come out victorious, and then you feel well again. And so for instead of saying, oh, I've got a cold, I don't like this, I'm grateful that I have a body that can protect me. And, you know, I honour my body every day. It looks after me really well. Okay, so with the stories, yesterday the one thing I had, like sometimes intimacy is hard for me because I feel so much. And usually if the person's not well too and being intimate, I feel that too, and it makes me feel weird as well. Because when I touch, I can read people really well. It's sort of like communications without words. But last night, my husband needed a bit of intimacy. It's not something I chase just because I'm sort of like keeping a bit separate, because, as I said, I feel so much and I get stories. But last night wasn't too bad. He asked me just to lie on his chest. It was a struggle for me, and I usually try not to do it, but, you know, with love, there's things that are required. But it wasn't too bad last night. It was interesting, like when I closed my eyes, I could just see there's a fire is simmering there. I could see his heart every time it went. I could just see this fire moving through his body, and this orange light. I knew he was healing. Sometimes being an empath and being a healer, I feel like I should push it up and encourage it, but then that requires permission. So I'll use words like, oh, you're feeling okay, and that, and he tells me, and then I use my words to heal. Because one thing you must remember, everything you say to yourself and everything you say to others has power as well. So just remember, we're not weak, we have so much power. Empaths have power in all situations, and we can be empowered to use everything we have to move forward. So I sort of decided the thing of trying to push the fire through the body just to help enlighten him a bit better, just to help back, and thought, this is his path, this is what he needs to learn. I only help people who ask, because that's just who I am, and I study some of the laws of shaman as well. And permission energetically is important because people need to be ready for the healing. You can't just force it on. Sometimes if I feel like there's a big block, I might sort of help someone to get on it, get over it. But usually I try to look after myself first and create that connection with myself first. But I've just seen that we've gone over 10 minutes, so I will record again tomorrow and make these 31 days or things, but I just don't want this to go too long because I know how busy everyone is. But if I can give some insight to people who are like me, who see energy, feel energy, and is quite sensitive, I would really love to help shift some of that beliefs and mindset that holds us back from being empowered by being empath. Anyway, love and light. Sorry about coughing and having the flu, but it's just where my body is at the moment and where I am emotionally. But I'm hoping I can give you more insight tomorrow. Love and light, Cassie.